Hi everyone and welcome back. It is week 8 this week. We are in my kitchen today and we're going to be making a really simple and easy vanilla cake. It doesn't have eggs in it, and that's just because I have allergies. I have like a lot of food allergies, but it tastes just as good. So let's go. So you only need 8 ingredients for this cake. First you'll need 3 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, a dash of salt, 2/3 cup of oil, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of vinegar, and 2 cups of cold water. So I'm actually going to be using a sifter today, and you don't have to do this step. It just helps to make the cake more even. But you can add all of the ingredients in the bowl if you prefer. All of the dry ingredients, so the flour, the sugar, the baking soda, and the salt, they are all going to go in this sifter, and then I'll sift it out and then add in the wet ingredients later and mix that together. So in addition to your sifter, you will also need a mixer. You will need measuring spoons. You will need 1 cup measurement, a 1/3 cup measurement. Now, it's important to note here for the 2/3 cups of oil, that means that you're going to fill up this 1/3 cup 2 times for the oil, but if you have a 2/3 cup, you just fill it once with oil. And then you'll also need your spatula, a large bowl, and an ungreased 9x13 pan. So first we're going to add all of our dry ingredients. So you want to take your 1 cup measure and you want to stick it in the flour and just shake it a bit until you get a pretty level first cup like this. And you're going to want to pour it into your sifter or your bowl depending on what you prefer. So just pour that in like that. And then you want to do 2 more of these because it requires 2 more cups of flour. So there's 2. And 3. Okay, so I went ahead and I sifted my flour, and I also rinsed out my 1 cup measure because we'll need 2 cups of sugar. So I'm going to take my sugar, open up the bag here, and I'm going to go in and scoop out a cup here. About a cup, might need a little bit more. So I'm going to pour in that cup, and then I need 1 more cup. I'm going to dump this in. This is not working, obviously. Okay, here we go. We have the other cup. I'm going to add in a small bit more because I don't think I got the full 2 cups. But there you have it. So now we're going to take our spoon measurements and we're going to look for the 1 teaspoon, and we're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking soda. So I'm going to go in, scoop out about a tablespoon like that. And you can scrape it along the top just to make sure that it's completely flat and level. I'm going to add that to my sifter, and then I'm going to add in 1 more teaspoon. So next we're going to add a dash of salt, and this is an equivalent to about a 1/4 teaspoon. So you can use that measurement if you prefer, but if you just want to pour it out in your hand, you want about the size of a dime. Very small amount. So like that. So So I already went ahead and I mixed my dry ingredients together, and now I'm ready to go for the wet ingredients. So next I'm gonna need 2/3 cup of oil. So I'm gonna get my oil here and pour it over the bowl. This is the 1/3 cup measurement. I'm gonna pour that in. And then I'm gonna pour another one of these. We're going to start out with 2 tablespoons of vinegar. So I'm just going to pour this again over the bowl. There's 1 and 2. So I went ahead and pre-measured my water as well. This is 2 cups of water. And I'm going to pour this in. And now we are officially ready to start mixing. So I've mixed all of my ingredients together. Now I'm going to use this mixer to just get all of the chunks out. Also, just a note, be sure not to touch these beaters when the mixer is plugged in or when it's in motion. And if you need any assistance, please ask someone to help. So I'm just going to start on a really low level here and just mix it around in a circular motion until all of the chunks are smoothed out. Now we're ready to start pouring the batter into our pan. And you can use a measuring cup and just scoop and dump it in, or you can use your spatula. So once your oven is preheated to 350 degrees, you want to put on your oven mitts for safety. I'm just going to open the oven. Keep your face away from the oven, just because like your face could get burnt from the heat. I'm going to take this pan and be careful to keep your arms also away from the sides of the oven. And that's it. Now we wait for about an hour. So another really quick note, this could take anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes to bake. And you want to actually, like when the cake is at about a half an hour, you want to stick a toothpick in, and if the toothpick comes out dry, then you know that your cake is done. But if it comes out wet, then you know it's not done, and you want to check with the toothpick in like different areas of the cake. So now my cake is ready to be taken out of the oven. For our oven, it took about 35 minutes, but for yours it may be different. It may take a shorter amount of time or a longer amount of time, depending. Make sure you have your oven mitts, and we are going to pull it out. So now that I've taken my cake out of the oven, make sure that you turn your oven off. And I have it on this cooking rack here, and I'm going to leave it out to get cool. Alright, so now my cake is completely cool, and now I can start icing the cake and putting on some sprinkles. And voila! Now you have a very easy and delicious cake. I hope you all enjoy, and I will see you next week for week 8. Now, I'm gonna go dig into some cake.